Rising only a few feet above sea level, Pacific Atoll Islands have a set of unique challenges to life and development, with water being one of the greatest. Without mountains, lakes, or rivers, the precious rain that falls quickly seeps into the porous limestone ground where a fascinating scientific phenomenon occurs. Because fresh water is lighter than salt water, the rain slowly builds a layer at sea level, forcing out the ocean water below. Once there is enough fresh water, a lens is formed, creating the vital thing any island needs to survive, a water source. In addition, a primary food source is the Atoll lagoon. It is from here that many of the fish, clams, crabs, and other sea creatures on the dinner table come from. In two different Pacific hemispheres, the Pacific island nations of Tuvalu and the Marshall Islands face similar challenges.
It is the freshwater lands, only source of fresh water for the people of Majuro. And the population on Laura depends on it highly.
Well, Tuvalu has been a number of times declared states of emergency due to drought, becoming an ongoing major problem for Tuvalu.
Some of the biggest problems we face here in Tuvalu is the shortage of water and the waste water that we discharge direct to our environment.
Before the project started, people knew about the lens, but not enough information on like different aspects, including the condition it is in and how much water is being pumped out of it.
The wastewater from the septic tanks are discharged direct to our groundwater, and then again also seep to our lagoon side and also the ocean.
The septic tank, for example, before they used to open the bottom of the septic tank, and so the damage of that water has been going down, and you find a lot of poison has been poured down to our good lagoon here.
I think the problem is that most of these tanks are constructed without proper inspection or without any strict supervision.
In addition to septic tanks discharging wastewater directly into the lands and lagoons, the increasing number of piggeries is adding another level of contamination.
Yeah, now when we look at the pig pen along the airstrip, the farmers, they just sweep those manure to the lagoon, and it's make that want to contaminate it.
You'll see similar designs, as long as they have drainage to clean up all the waste and drainage, even direct to the ground or to the parapets.
Unlike the system we're currently using, where we need a lot of water to wash out the pig waste and to also have a septic tank system in place.
Some does septic, but most don't. Just spray onto the slab. So all that wastewater, no matter how many gallons you spray, all of that goes into the lens.
With the problems identified, the needs were clear.
His main focus is to reduce the amount of wastewater that we actually discharge direct to the environment and the underground water.
We've done a few demonstration projects. There are a few such as the composting toilets, the dry litter piggery system.
With threats to the groundwater and lagoon, the Integrated Water Resource Management Project focused on two demonstration projects for these islands. The Marshall Islands would focus primarily on dry waste piggeries, while Tuvalu would build compost toilets.
IWRM have installed 40 compost toilets, with the purpose of reducing the impact of wastewater.
We've introduced a couple demo project, and the one behind me is the what we call the compost toilet. This one is on the surface, completely nothing going down, little water going out, and the only thing added to it after you do your business, just grab some green, which we always provided in a bucket, and just drop them in there. It helps the process, speed up the process.
Compost toilets help stop human waste. However, piggeries are also major contributors, usually located at the lagoon's edge or on top of the freshwater lands.
One of our dry litter piggery projects is just like the one behind me, and there's several others throughout the area in Laura. Basically, you just put the pig in, and you put all these leaves and all these other organic materials in. So the pig waste is going to mix with these organic materials, and within about a month you take them out, put them in a bin, and then you do the cycle of making a compost. You have really good compost, doesn't affect the waterlands, and there's no smell. The pigs are much happier.
While both demonstration projects nearly eliminate the need for fresh water and stop contamination of groundwater, they also have one more added benefit: fertilizer.
You can use it on your gardening or flower bed, anywhere around the house. It's really beneficial. But the main thing that come out of the compost is enrich the soil, and he's been getting bigger fruit than the normal of gardening. So the marketing side is picking up.
There is also a realization that policy and legislation are critical to the success of creating a new paradigm.
We're also looking at updating our marine quality regulations and the public water supply regulations to also adapt what we've learned from the IWRM and put it into the current regulations that we have.
It's very important, as I said before, we try and differentiate, put the legislation, otherwise all this money will be useless.
With both projects being an overwhelming success, the sites have been set for expansion to other islands.
These compost toilets are something that we not just don't want to just promote on Laura, but also want to replicate it in the outer islands. And this dry litter, piggery litter system is an issue that I think will probably interest many farmers and those that like to have pigs and they raise their pigs.
Sharing ideas across the equator, the compost toilets in Tuvalu and the dry waste piggeries in the Marshall Islands have cross-fertilized to create comprehensive solutions for groundwater and lagoon contamination, in addition to reducing freshwater use. This success can be felt by all levels, from community to cabinet.
These projects have reduced the amount of contaminant going into the lands.
We here at the EPA, we also have the water quality monitoring laboratory, and we do monthly tests on the lands, the shores here in Majuro. Most of the samples coming back now are safe and clean for human consumption.
The pilot projects of dry litter and compost toilet have been a really big success. You can tell by people coming over and asking for more, and people saying they understand the concept behind them. And
well, that is one of the major achievement that we have achieved. It's actually convincing the community to accept the initiative.
I'm very happy that we have one like this. We save waters like that.
I greatly support the idea that most of the house here, all the house here in Funafuti must have one, because it's a great saving of water, and also it doesn't do a lot of damage.
Using Freshwater is quite one of the goodest things I ever had. Like talking back through the drought, which we experienced during the past couple of years. During the drought, still we can manage to use water without getting water from the community water systems.
Currently, there are a few, not very few, but hundreds of people now in line wall wanting to try the compost toilet.